This is the Read Aloud routine from CKLA. The purpose of the Read Aloud in grades 3 through 5 is to expose students to more advanced vocabulary and more complex text structures. The Read Aloud session requires the teacher to make sure students focus by regularly modulating their voice, changing facial expression, using gestures, or any other methods of keeping the students engaged. Students follow the reading in the reader for grades 4 and 5 or view images without seeing the text in grade 3. The teacher may use the support suggestions in the teacher guide, but does not have to read these verbatim. The teacher will take opportunities to scaffold student understanding with support questions from the sidebar, discussion about vocabulary, and pointing out text highlights. Student responses can be verbal or nonverbal and may involve student-to-student interaction. But as you read, be sure you employ a variety of response methods to keep students engaged. In the following model, I will be using partner response and think, pair, share to have students answer the questions. These routines are designed to have all students participating. This can keep students who are struggling on task by providing peer support. In this model, I will use the active engagement strategies partner response and think, pair, share when asking the discussion questions. Both of these routines are explained and modeled in the active engagement strategies for reading and discussion video in the Wakelet. Think of the last time you put ice in a glass of tea or lemonade. The ice floated, right? Ice floats because it is less dense, or the substance is less close together than water. Wagner thought about the fact that the rocks that make up continents are less dense than rocks on the sea floor. What if the continents were like enormous pieces of ice, he wondered. Could they float over the denser rocks of the ocean bottom and move around? In 1915, Wagner published a book titled The Origins of Continents and Oceans. In it, he presented his hypothesis. Remember, a hypothesis is an idea that has been suggested and may be true but has not yet been proven. So he presented his hypothesis about how the Earth's continents had moved over time. He called the process continental drift. Continental drift. Wagner proposed that millions of years ago, Earth had one huge landmass. He described it as a supercontinent and named it Pangaea, from the Greek word Pangaea, meaning all the earth. At some point, Pangaea broke up, so it broke apart, and the pieces, all the continents, very slowly drifted away from each other. As the continents moved, mountain ranges pulled apart, rock formations split, new oceans filled in the widening gaps between the land masses. Groups of plants and animals that had once lived together were separated. As continents drifted, their climates changed. Antarctica's climate, for example, grew so cold that the continent's plants and animals died. Only their fossils remained, buried under ice and snow. Okay, so for this first question, we are going to use partner response. Raise your hand if you are partner 1. Okay, partner 1, you are going to explain your answer to the question to your partner, partner 2. Partner 2's, raise your hand. Okay, partner 2's, your job is to listen carefully to partner 1's response and then share partner 1's response with the group if you are called on. Here is the question. You ready? What was Wagner's hypothesis about continental drift? Partner 1's, share your response with partner 2. Okay, partners, this pair right here. Partner 2, can you share partner 1's response? Excellent. Wagner hypothesized that long ago, Earth was one huge landmass called Pangaea that broke up and drifted apart over time into the continents we know today. For the next question, we are going to use think, pair, share. I will ask the question. You will all have time to think of your answer. Then you will pair up with your partner and take turns sharing. This time, partner 2 will share first and then partner 1. Together, you will come to a consensus about the answer, and then we will share with the class. Partner 1, be prepared to speak for your pair. If your pair agrees that the answer that is shared into the group, if you agree with that answer, give the me too signal. If you have something to add on, use this signal. And if your pair disagrees, give this signal. So the question is, what do you think other scientists and scholars thought about Wagner's ideas at first? And why? That's the important part. Tell why you think that. So think. Here I would give about 20 seconds for them to think. Okay, pair. Here I would be monitoring students to ensure they are following the expectations for think, pair, share. Then I would give a signal. It's time to wrap up. Okay, everybody, it's time to wrap up your conversations in 5, 2, 1. Okay, everybody. And then I'm going to randomly call on a pair to share. Okay, you and your partner agreed that other scientists and scholars liked his ideas because they made sense. I see over here that this pair disagrees. Can you share why you disagree? Oh, you and your partner agreed that his ideas were rejected because they were different from what people before him had believed.